Jesus said, "Get up, take up your bed and walk." Today we're going to be going through John chapter 5 verses 1 through 9, which says, "After this there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is in Jerusalem by the sheep gate a pool in Aramaic called Bethesda, which has 5 hooved canalides. In these lay a multitude of invalids, blind, lame, and paralyzed. One man was there who had been an individual invalid for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had already been there a long time, he said to him, 'Do you want to be healed?' The sick man answered, 'Sir, I have no one to put me in the pool when the water is stirred, and while I'm going in, another steps down before me.' Jesus said, 'Get up, take up your bed, and walk.' And at once the man was healed, and he took up his bed, and he walked." We see the beginning of many miracles that Jesus will start in this Gospel of John. We're going to hit a few things today, starting with the fact that he was there with the multiple of invalids, blind men, and paralyzed people. And it shows us that Christ came for the sick, for the brokenhearted, for the judged, for the lowly, for the people who others have stepped aside. Jesus comes for them. If you notice, he was invalid for 38 years. And it says, when Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had already been there a long time, Jesus saw them and he knew. He knew. He knows the struggle. He knew what he was going through. And in 38 years, though sometimes we forget and we think God is not knowing, God does not care about me, 38 years, and Jesus knew. God knows. In our lives, in our struggles, be patient. God knows. God knows. It says in verse 6, when Jesus saw him lying there, he knew that he had already been there a long time. And he said, "Do you want to be healed?" I believe that's the question Jesus asks for all of us every day. Do you want to be healed? For you who are sick, do you want to be healed? But if you pay attention, the sick man answered him, "Sir, I have no one. I have no one. Every time I try to get in the pool, somebody else goes before me." What a significant picture of our lives, that when Jesus asks us, do you want to be healed? Instead of looking to ourselves and saying, I am the one who is sick, he looks at somebody else and he says, my friends are there, they're doing this. It's them. They're the ones who are doing it before me. I think we must look at our sinfulness and our sickness and say, you know what? I am the one who is sick. I am the one who needs to be healed. I think we're so prone to ignore that. And speaking on a spiritual level, some of us would rather be like this man and not acknowledge that we're sick, not acknowledge that we need to get up. We'd rather sit there and beg every day and remain idle in our sinfulness and in our sickness. But Jesus doesn't care about that. Jesus says, get up, take up your bed, and walk. Out of everybody there, Jesus looks to this one man and shows him divine grace, chooses him, and says, get up, take up your mat, and walk. I believe that's what Jesus is telling us today. Get up, clean off your feet, stop crying, stop begging, get up, pick up your mat, pick up your sinfulness, pick up your sickness, give it to me, and continue walking. Walk down this road, work for the kingdom, go show everybody else around you, around the pool, around your pool of life, and show them the goodness and the grace that I have given you. The creator of the universe tells this man to get up, take up your mat, and walk. And the man obeyed him. The man was healed. He took up his bed and he walked. This is a significant picture of our own lives, that we who are sick have a Savior who has healed us, who has saved us, and our job now is to go into the world and tell the gospel of the goodness of God to everybody else. That's our devotion today, guys. God bless you and be blessed.